Alright, well, creation kit is finally loaded, so we will get going. So I'm working on a few things. I want to do the stuff that has little tildes in front. Tilde Swintons in front of it. Don't know if I'll get to the Lens of Truth, but this stuff is what I want to work on before I finish 6.5.17. I don't know if I can fix this for 6.5.17. So these two, because this might be a bigger problem. I don't know why it's doing that exactly. It has something to do with the collision mesh. Blah. So I'll try to fix that. I might have to redesign the Goron shield. I'm going to try to keep it the way it is, but I might try to simplify it. But I don't think that would cause a problem. I don't know what's really happening. But anyway, so these two might end up being 18, but for 17 it's these that I want to work on. I don't know if this will be possible either, but I'm going to look. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Maybe it might be a formalist. Gift child. Wep type dagger. So it should be. Yeah, it should be already possible. Because Kokiri sword duplicates are classified as daggers. So it should be possible to give one to a. You should be possible to give the Kokiri sword to a child as a gift. Because where's that list? Gift child. Web type dagger. Although, what is this used by? Frodnar Dorothy. Only? How... what controls... Welcome. Excuse me. You may have heard that buzzing. Oh, never mind. It was just my dentist. Okay. I don't know what controls. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up, like, which children can be adopted. Yeah, it must be in a dialogue condition somehow. I'm eating lunch right now, so if you hear faint chewing sounds, I apologize. Skyrim, adoption. Who can be adopted? All these people. So So Dorothy and Frodnar are only... So it wouldn't be them. It would have to be... Nope. Okay. Because child doesn't bring anything up. Creature, it wouldn't be that. Dialogue. Dialogue follower. Dialogue generic. I don't think it would be generic. Kinesgrove. This I need to get rid of because that's not used by anything. So forget that noise. That's an old, that's something old that I made. Relationship generic? No, that's generic. Dialogue. Solitude, solitude, solitude. Trainers, tutorial, Whiterun. Windhelm, wilderness. Well, that's just weird. Ah, so if... Aha! Well, this is not going to happen. Because Relics of Hyrule does not rely on Hearthfire and does not currently have Hearthfire compatibility. So that solves that. Adoption was not possible in the base game. So I can't I can't make the Kokiri sword duplicates able to be gifts, or any daggers for that matter, because Relics of Hyrule doesn't rely on Hearthfire, and I'm not currently considering making a patch because there's nothing there. So now I can move on to other things. The first thing I want to do, I want to make a Thalmor note to start building some lore, so to speak. Is this a good... Yeah, that's a good one. I'll use that one. Thalmor edict? I don't know. Thalmor orders. And it's gonna be... Whoop. Strongbox. Thalmor note. OH. And it's gonna be something simple. I have to think of what that is. which one is it? Oh, I need to check which shard it actually is. Just diminish knowledge. They're both knowledge, the ones that are in. So they're both knowledge. There's a word. The authority. Boom. And I was going to put that in Minish Dungeon. The Minish Strongbox. I should actually look at Thalmor orders. Well, whatever. I suppose I could look at the Justicar. So I will want to put that on there then. For the glory of Aldmeri, because they say that a lot. I don't want to sign it. I will just leave it for the glory of the Aldmeri Dominion. So this guy's dead. I sort of want to put it on his corpse, so I'm gonna have to duplicate him. He is 03 Magic M. Duplicate. Inventory. Note. So I replace this guy with him. Boop. And he's dead. Okay. And I wanted to add that. That's a secret update. No, it's not. Next up, I'm going to save because, just in case, so I'm doing a lot of cell work, and cell work sometimes overloads Creation Kit, and I don't want to mess it up. It's already done. That was quick. Okay. Let's go to Shroud Hearth Barrow. Shroud Hearth Barrow. Because this whole situation is messed up. So I need to fix it. That should be okay. Yeah, I think it was locked up because there was a second one from an older setup that I had. Now, I'm gonna work on the oh, wait, no. Light. I'll have to look into that more. That's something I don't know if I'll be able to do right now. Maybe that was it. Oh. Oh, I may have just messed that up. Let's see if that works. I don't know if it will. It's worth a shot. There are not currently any references to the Heart of Lorkhan in Relics of Hyrule. I don't know how I would go about integrating those into the lore. Just sort of casually revealing the Shadow Temple here. I'm gonna have to... This hallway is a little bare. I want to make it more lived in. It's not bad. I just want to make it sort of wrecked and frozen. don't think there should be any drips because it's frozen. It's frozen solid. So mostly just putting ice in places. Adjusting the nav mesh. Looks like this whole floor should be frozen all the way across. Drips, goodbye drips, because it would be frozen with no drips. Gonna have to move this down. Ah, yeah, chill, folks. Now, this should come out of the ground. 100% these should come out of the ground. Yeah, obviously this isn't going to be a recreation of the Shadow Temple from Ocarina of Time. There's elements of it that pay homage to the Shadow Temple, but it's sort of a reinterpretation of it. Maybe I can place this with an ambush. Nope, never mind. Chill, folks. Be wet. That looks about right, yeah. Miss low. And it should be on the ice, definitely. What does inverted look like? It goes down. And that's going up. It should be down. So this should be inverted. I'm gonna have to replace them all. Well, that can stay the way it is. Wait. How did that get moved? That's not supposed to be there. How did that whole thing get moved? Oh, you know what? I must have replaced it by accident. That's weird. It's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be there. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be this one. It's supposed to be there. But the whole thing got moved somehow. Yeah, the whole... Wow. That's interesting. So this needs to go back to being a 1. And I have to select all this and move it. Save again. Yeah, I don't know how that whole tunnel got moved. I think I know what happened actually. I was working on this tunnel and they used the same asset, so I may have selected all of the cave-eye shaft R walls in this section and just grabbed them and moved them over, and so that came with it. So it was probably my fault not realizing that I had several assets up here that were not connected to these. That was quick. Now, I need to really look at the Shadow Temple to see if I like how it is. It is very reminiscent of Lost, and that's intentional. You'll be able to access this before Lost. And there's the Master Stalfos with the Captain's hat. I need to make the... Oh, no, I've already made the Captain's hat do something. I think the Captain's hat already has an effect. Yeah, it already has an enchantment. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. The hint is in the element. The elements of the Shadow Temple are ice and shadow. And the hint is where you found it in the original game. That's a huge hint. But I won't tell you how you access it, because that is a secret. I think the Shadow Temple is essentially done. I'm gonna see if I can rework the Lens of Truth. The Lens of Truth was not working. This script is just not a good. This doesn't work. So I'll need to rework how, instead of playing this, because this only works if it catches it as an alias or an object reference or something like that. It can't actually make object focus a reference. It just finds the closest reference. So what I'm going to do is, the Lens of Truth is, I'm going to rework how this is. I'm going to add like a second one that's 10 or something, and make this 5. Or 7 is good. There'll be another one that's 10, and it will, if it's 20, it'll be like there's an object somewhere around here. If it's closer, it'll be like hot, cold, that sort of thing. And then if it can't find one within range, it'll be like, well, there's nothing nearby yet. But then the challenge will be whether I should make it say, well, there's something in this area but very far away. So I may have to make one that's like 200, and it's like there's something here but it's really far away, and you find it in 20, in a 20-foot range, it'll be like there's something nearby. 10-foot range, there's something close, and then 7-foot range, it's something very close. So I need to make those messages. But it should do the closest ones first. So instead of doing 20 first, it should do 7 first in the script. Maybe that should say far away. The other one should say very far away. Edge of truth. No idea if these will work. I think I'm going to change this to just the numbers for the message, because it's annoying. Adjusting it. I just need to copy this a million times. Maybe what I should do is this. Copy, paste, copy, and then just paste this a million times. That would be much more efficient. So many. I'll have to do one that's just Lens of Truth unfocused. No, Lens of Truth unfocused wouldn't work. It'd have to be white. I'll do one that's white, black, or gray. Excuse me. White, black, gray. Oh, never mind. White, black, or gray. That will do anything. So those three will look for everything. Or I might just leave them alone. Because then I would have to have it check all of the form lists, so I'm not going to bother. Just leave those ones out of it. This. Oh, crap. I need to change the lists, too. Because otherwise everything's just going to be looking for books. I can open up the original source. In fact, I'll open up the special edition source to see which one it needs to be. Lavender is containers. Containers and cyan. Cyan is ingredients. Majora's Eye is masks, of course, because why would it be anything else? I'm just gonna do what I was doing before this. No, should do it like this. Truth, blue, soul gems, magic. Now I can get rid of that. Magic. Blue. Blue. Green is valuables, which I can remember. Oh, Lavender's... Was Lavender in there twice? I think Lavender was in there twice. So, get out of here. I'm thinking that black could be enemies. White could be allies. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yellow isn't used at all in this script. Red. This is just a work in progress thing. Can't guarantee that it'll work. I don't know why I'm putting all this effort into it if it's not going to work, but it'll save time if it does. Let's see if it works, or at least saves. Save succeeded. Cool beans. No idea if this will work. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna save. The Goron shield, the collision allows you to drop it and it works fine, but if you try to display it, then it goes nuts and crashes the game. And I don't know, it'll display for a split second and then crash the game. I don't really know what's going on, why it's doing that. The collision mesh seems to be fine. I'll have to look at other... I wonder if the Zora shield does it. Shadow Blade? I don't know. You mean Sheikah Blade? Because I don't think this Shadow Blade is a weapon from Relics of Hyrule. Same. Sheikah Blade. I don't know. I remember, well, the Sheikah Blade would crash the game if you picked it up, I think, or it was doing something like that. I don't remember it having a problem being displayed. Unless it does, and I just forgot about it. I'll have to test some things in-game. Goron Shield should bot. I'm gonna make the Goron Shield a little more massive. I don't know if that'll change anything. There are a lot of pieces to the Goron Shield, but I don't think that's causing the problem. Let's save it back up here. So what I'm going to try to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these bosses. Just like remove some pieces from the shield. And I'm going to remove these handles on the back. That way it's a much simpler shield. So we'll see if this solves the problem. Yeah, when it's dropped, nothing happens. It's perfectly fine. It's only when it's displayed that something goes wrong. I'm also going to change the collision on it to match the... Of course there's no... It's probably in weapons or something stupid. Yeah, blade shield is in weapons. I'm going to use the blade shield. Let's use 35. That's more close to the actual shape of the shield. That's saved. So I'm going to test some things in game now. I'm going to test all the things that have question marks on them. Actually, I'm going to try displaying the Sheikah blade, see what happens. But I know the game, I'm going to bank on the game crashing when I test the Goron Shield. I'm going to test everything else first. Shadow Temple, torches, Nehru, sapphire, and lens. have the Goron shield. Works perfectly fine. Yeah, that's my computer fan. Oh, well that's new. Dropping it crashes the game now. Interesting. That means something's horribly wrong with its collision data if dropping it crashes the game. Which is actually kind of good? Maybe? I'm going to test the other thing so I know that they're fine. Because if it's so bad that it's crashing the game when it's dropped, that means I can just redo the whole collision data, and that may solve the problem. Maybe. And I think the fan is because my room's kind of warm, but if I opened a window, then you would hear cars going by, which is probably just as distracting. Grab the Sheikah blade out of here. Sheikah blade. Need to change its inventory data because it's tiny. Yeah. So first thing I'm going to do is check. Actually, I'm going to check the Poe torch because I have one of those. Poe torch. Nope. It's not casting any light, so okay. Guess we can try using the Lens of Truth. Oh, that's right, I don't have the spell. Welcome to the stream. I'm testing out some things with some new stuff like the Lens of Truth. I should probably drop. I'm not going to drop the. I'm going to drop something that I know will not crash the game if I drop it. Okay. So Eye of Truth. Oh wait, no. Cyan is ingredients, so I should drop black Tektite jelly. Okay, so well, that did nothing. Eye of Truth is supposed to tell me if something's nearby. It's supposed to display a message. So far, everything that I've done hasn't worked. Let's try a different focus. That's new. That's not good. And it wasn't so the Kokiri sword duplicate thing was a request for a feature. Somebody requested that it be made possible for kids to to give Kokiri sword duplicates as gifts to adopted children, but that requires Hearthfire, so I can't do that. So I didn't do it. I don't want to make a Hearthfire patch yet. Let's load. Seems to load pretty quickly. I'm going to test the Ancient Enchanter again. It may have been because I was holding the Goron shield, and the Goron shield's having a lot of trouble. So I'm going to equip something else. Goron shield's having a lot of trouble. Fighter shield is hunky dory dandy fine. I don't know why. Probably because it's only one or two pieces. I don't know. No idea. Let's do and hope that the Ancient Enchanter doesn't crash again, because that would be terrible. The Ancient Enchanter's crashing, a fundamental important part of the mod. Okay, yeah, I blame the Goron shield. I'm gonna just blame that for everything. Okay, red focus is weapons, which would probably be more reliable. Oh! Well, that's something I'll need to do. Maybe I already did that. Who cares? Excuse me? It is a dagger. The Kokiri sword is a dagger, and the duplicates are daggers as well. It has something to do with how Hearthfire does things, because if the person requesting the feature was requesting the feature that was already there and hadn't tried it yet, that's their problem. I'm not going to bother looking into the issue, because it's not an issue, it's a feature that isn't in the mod, and I don't really care to add to the mod. I'm not looking for solutions, I already solved it by not bothering. What I'm going to do is see if I can get the Lens of Truth to react. I could be adding the spell itself directly, but I keep forgetting that that's even an option. Alright, let's see if it'll react to the Eightfold. Is the Eightfold Blade even in the list? I don't know, so I'm going to drop something else that definitely is. Okay. Eye of Truth, come on now. It's supposed to give me a message and it didn't, because it's an idiot. Actually, I should have reacted to that stuff over there, too. Yeah, Lens of Truth is something that's not going to be in 6.5.17. I mean, with the this functionality of it, because I can't seem to get it to work. Same thing with the Poe light things. Let's test. I was already in Shroud Hearthbearer, so let's test. Hello? Oh, good. It crashed when I went to the main menu. I still need to test things. And I'm gonna test the Shadow Temple as well. So I'm not gonna bother with the lens yet. I have bigger fish to fry. Shadow Temple is more important. Torches, I don't know what's wrong with what their deal is. They're not doing their job. It has to be a light spell that doesn't have a projectile. Or not a projectile, an art object. Anyway. I'm gonna load a random old character who's like a level 1. Yeah, keep loading the damn thing, who cares? And actually I have to test the entry method into the Shadow Temple. So if you don't want spoilers, you'd better start looking away, because I forget where I put the gravestone. Oh, it's right there. That was supposed to be hidden. Supposed to be a hidden thing. Trap door not hidden. Okay. That seems fine. That's already open, and it shouldn't be. It should be closed. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. Hey guys. Oh wait, this character's level 1. I don't want him to die. Oh. Uh-oh. Discovered an error. Oh, no I didn't. Well, that's different. I'm okay with that, actually. Hi guys, don't mind me. Yeah, I see ya. I understand your frustrations here. There we go. The gang's all here. Listen, get out of my way. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Pardon me. I said, excuse me. Thank you. Yeah. You're all good. Where's your weapon, young man? Oh. Okay. Okay. Hello. Bye-bye. Let's go this way. Oh, no, wrong way. Let's go this way. Everyone's so happy to see me. Ow. Stop. cool. Literally and figuratively. Hello. See ya. Ow. Ah. Ah, okay. See ya. The gravestone next to the trapdoor does have an inscription. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, though. Oh, this is the wrong way. What the heck? Well, I like that the Shadow Temple is confusing, even for me. Aha! This is the right way. Ah! That's gonna need to change. Ooh, gonna take a screenshot of that. Ooh, boy. Gotta fix that. That's just out of nowhere. So everything seems to be okay. Hi. Ow. You're mean. Stomp. Yeah, there's a decent amount of enemies. I'll see if these guys work. It looks like they will. You guys gonna wake up? Yeah, that's nice. Nice to see ya. Where's your buddy? Your buddy's not waking up. Oh, there we go. Cool. See you guys. Nice to see you. Ah, that needs to be changed. Hello. He's... How you going? Okay, you need to be more aggressive. You need to, like, really protect the... Yeah, So I'm just gonna walk right by you. Is that okay? We good? We cool? No. He should be mad. Like, he should actually... Right. Yeah, I need to move him, and I need to make him not mean. I mean, I need to make him more mean. Because right now he's not mean. So, okay. In fact, I could probably pickpocket him. Oh, he does not even... Hi. Okay. And he summons things. That's good. That's what I want. And now you're gonna die. Oop. He's supposed to disintegrate. Captain's hat. I am the captain now. Stuff. 44. Now, was it without the captain's hat? 44. That didn't drain my magicka. Oh, it's because I have God mode on. God. Okay, so that's 44. Let's put on the captain's hat. Aha! There, it works. Okay. It just doesn't display the change. Well, the captain's hat works. That's good. Not much needs to be done with the Shadow Temple. Ah, I need to check Shroudhearth Barrow, though. COC. Shroudhearth Barrow 02. Okay, Shroud. I need to check the Nehru thing. Yeah, I really like how the captain's hat turned out. Oop, TGM. TCL. See you later, guys. Alright. You're not... You're not supposed to be a drag... Oh. I guess that's a mod that did that. Because that's not normally a dragon priest. Anyway. Okay, cool. It's open. Ah, whatever. Alright, well... Nehru's Sapphire is fixed. And I need to fix the Shadow Temple. Was what not open before? I don't know what the question's about. The chest, the strong box that had Nehru Sapphire in it, that has a fairy hovering above it. If I said good it opens, I misspoke. I should have said good it works, because it always opens. You can't... I don't know of a way to make a chest not open. It was a matter of the fairy wasn't disabling properly when you opened the chest. I imagine you could make a chest inaccessible and it wouldn't open, but that's not what I did. I just wanted to fix how the fairy worked. Oh, it's synchronizing. We just have to stare into Monica's eyes forever because it takes 10 billion years synchronizing its stupid data. Instead of, letting me use it, I have to wait. Alright, you done? We're good? No, it's still synchronizing. I guess I'll just try to open it and wait. Yeah. So there's only a few things I need to do with the Shadow Temple. Actually, you know what I should do is I should clean the mod again. So much waiting for every... Ah! I can open Creation Kit now. I'm still gonna clean the mod once TES5 edit finishes opening. Cleaning the mod helps Creation Kit save it faster. Anytime you want to finish. There we go. Apply filter for cleaning. And this will take 20 seconds usually. Oh wait, no. Usually takes 20 seconds to clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load another mod that did successfully make glowing weapons. Crap, there it was. There. I'm going to load this mod, because it has fire swords in it, and it makes those fire swords glow. So I'm going to look at how it does that. Clean. Remove identical to master. Took no time. Delete disable references. There we go. And save. Back that up. I also want to rename some of the Ruptured Towers boss arenas. I've been meaning to do this for a while, and I finally figured out some names that I could use. And the Ruptured Towers have been in the mod for a long time. They've had this. The boss arenas have had the same names for quite some time. But I wanted to change them. I'm gonna make a note. Changed. Delirium. Rush is now something. Sodata. I'll have to look stuff up for that, but I realized I wanted to change things. Oop. Creation kit is a slow thing. Takes forever to load. No one will be admitted during the staring at a blank spreadsheet scene. Oh, Nehru Sapphire. That is true. That is a thing that I have officially fixed. Okay, Fire Sword. How do you work? Fire Sword. Fire Sword Light. Is it in the enchantment? No, it's just fire damage. Okay, so it's in the script. Okay, that script. Oh my god. Okay, I need to extract the script. Fire Sword Light script. In fact, I may have already extracted it. Fire Sword Light script. Unequipped Fire Light cast. So it's a spell. Fire Light. Fire Sword Light. Fire Sword Light FF Self. Oh, it has its own custom Torch 01. It has its own custom effect art. Okay, Firelight Actor effect, so I need to extract that, see what that looks like and what it is. And that is Firelight Spell Actor Effects. My guess is that it's like my guess is that it's like Candlelight, but with no hovery doodle. I believe that is the case. So all I need to do then is to duplicate. Yeah, there it is. So this is. It's just an empty. It's just empty. Thank you very much for liking the Terminan bow so much. It was one of the earliest things that I added. So I'm glad that it made an impression. Which one of these? None of these are hidden. Oh. course you couldn't. I'm gonna put this in the place where it's supposed to go, because I wonder if it actually does have an appearance. Meshes. Ultima. Bam. No, I don't want to delete it. I want to look at it. Yeah. I'm really happy with the items that look old. There's some, I know there's some, once in a while somebody will be like, this item doesn't look old enough. And I'm like, whatever. Somebody recently, I think, suggested having a broken shield that you have to repair, which is easier said than done. Rename it to something stupid like Alter effects, because creation kit is stupid. If you load the same mesh twice, it won't reload it, so you have to change the name. There we go. Alright. It's empty. It's just an empty effect. It has no particles or anything with it. It's interesting. Because this is essentially the the candlelight thing. But it's not. It's just an empty effect. My guess is that you don't really need. Maybe you do. Maybe you do need something to hold the effect. So I'm going to make an empty fairy. Not browse archive. I don't want to do that. I do not want. Do I still have it open here? Yeah. Ultima. I'm gonna rename the thing. Oh, I could just open it. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Hidden. It's all. How did they erase? I'm sure it doesn't matter. I'm gonna figure it out myself. Right, you can go home. Meshes, actors, fairy. I'm gonna duplicate fairy red. Fairy blank. Oh, wait. There's already a fairy blank. I can just use this. Boom. I don't need to do anything. I already made one. Because I added an optional file for people who didn't want the fairies. So I made a blank fairy mesh. I don't need to make one. Haha. Ha 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 ha. Woohoo! Now I just need to open Creation Kit again. Yeah, if you have requests, I am open to suggestions. Like what it says at the bottom, I am open to suggestions. But I have a very specific vision with how Relics of Hyrule is supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like. And so I don't like getting suggestions about having an object be redesigned. So I never listen to those. And I am open to suggestions. I am always open to suggestions, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm ungrateful, but I know what Relics of Hyrule is supposed to be, so things like player homes don't fit, and there's just some things that simply don't fit. But I am open to suggestions. Just remember that this is my temple and it responds to my decree. But speaking of masks, I want to add the Goron mask. I want to add all the masks, but the Goron mask is tricky because Gorons are inherently kind of cartoonish. The Zora mask and the Fierce Deity mask came pretty well into the mod, but I've been trying to figure out how to make the Gorons look proper and realistic enough for Skyrim. But I think I may have figured out something that could work. Maybe. Like, I might try to make the mask look more gorilla-like. Yeah, the Twilight Princess Gorons are really well designed, but even they have a bit of unrealism to them. The Deku mask is another one that will be tricky, but I think ultimately it'll be okay. And now that I can make pretty much anything into a mask, haha. It's gonna be great. So, I should start looking up I think I can give the Ruptured Towers arenas good names. Deep emotional state of longing for a person or thing that is absent. So, anguish. Rosh should really be despair. Envy, jealousy, malice. Doesn't really fit. It should be despair. I would have to look into the light force. To determine whether it would be plausible. Everything in the mod has to have a purpose. So if the light force was a third triforce, it wouldn't really make sense. Distinct from the Triforce. People of Hyrule. Light Force seems to be distinct from Triforce. It seems to be something that's, like, carried within Zelda herself. Powerful form of the life force within all living beings, so it would be associated with Ferror. But it's from the Pickery, from the Minish, rather. It's an intangible essence within the bloodline of the princess. So, unlike the Triforce, the Light Force can't be physically represented. So, my thought, Force Gems, there's no reason why those can't appear. But the Light Force itself seems to be something that's tied to the royal family's bloodline rather than something tangible like the Triforce. So the lore the lore of that could be addressed, but I am not sure. with Relics of Hyrule and lore and stuff, I sort of want to keep things as loose as possible so people can add their own interpretations as needed. There are some things that are like, I know the way they are in my head, and there's some things that I'm just going to leave up to interpretation, like what happened to Ganon, things like that. I just realized that both of these, I'm going to make both of them the blue actor effect because I realize that they both go to the same thing. So I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to just rename this one to Poe Torch. There, Poor Torch Lantern. And I think that might do it. I think first thing though, I'm going to make this call to Torch 01. Torch 01. Because it is a torch after all. I hope the blue light works. I guess we'll find out. And I'm gonna fix the Shadow Temple issue. Good Shadow Temple. Did I just... I may have opened Kagranzel by accident. I guess we'll find out. I think I just opened Kagranzel. Longing isn't a good word. Loss. Sorrow. Maybe anguish. Rosh should be sorrow. That makes more sense. I need to look up a thesaurus for longing. Right. Pining. Ardent craving. Ardency. Ardency? Ardency. Yearning. Yearning. But it needs to fit like a graveyard. So I'm making notes of which words might work. Vehement. Or maybe vehemence isn't even a word. Let's look up yearning to see if there's any. It's this deep longing. Yeah, yearning. Yearn. Oh yeah, to yearn. Yearning. Deep longing, especially when accompanied by tenderness or sadness. Yearning. I think yearning might be good because of its definition. Hankering. Oh no, I did open the Shadow Temple. Okay. Where was that hallway? It was down here somewhere. There it is. Get out of here. And the trapdoor was not hidden. And you down here, little buddy. What's your problem? Where is he? Where's Mr. Boss Man? There he is. I'm gonna move him back. Loop. And I'm guessing he's set to unaggressive. Nope. Aching. Yeah, it's too simple. It needs to be something. I think yearning might be the best word for it. Ah, yes, he has an ambush script. So he needs a trigger. I want him to crawl out of the ground. But I think it's best if he just stands, if he's normal. It would be cool for him to crawl out of the ground. I think I'll make him crawl out of the ground, but I'll need to put dirt in here. He is twice the size of a normal Stalfos, which will give me a sense. Dirt. Burnt rubble. Cave eye dirt mound. Dirt cliffs. Snow. I want it to be cave eye balcony mid. This is what I want. That's the kind of thing I want. So I'm gonna get to world objects, static, dungeons, caves, ice, large room. There's probably a floor here that I can use. Large room, mid. Now the question is whether this will work. No, yeah, it should work. Nope, get in. Yeah, that ceiling's high enough. There's more of those. I don't want to make the same mistake that I did. My guess is that it's all these. There's 9 of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. I'm just going to move them really far down so that they're almost clipping through the floor, but not quite. I just want them as low as possible so that the nav mesh will be happy. Okay. And I'm going to add an ambush marker from over here. Copy. Boop. And I don't think you can inflate these. No, you can't scale them. But that's okay. And put that right there. Now, with him, it's actually okay if he's not all the way underground. But I did this with the Master Chilphos, so it should work out alright. And I'll make, whoop, nav mesh popped up. I'm gonna make a trigger. Activate self. Boop boop. And I'm gonna extend it across so that no one can, I mean, no one can get out anyway, but I don't want people to think that they can trick the system. And he will be activated by that box. Boom. So now you come in, his head might be poking out from under the ground, that's perfectly fine. Or actually you probably will see the hands or the top skull, you'll see this like, ah, kind of thing, which can, should be okay. We'll see how that looks. The trapdoor isn't right for the entrance, so I'm gonna have to check on that. I'm gonna get rid of that chandelier. Yep. Oh yeah. If only I could add Dead Hand. I could do something. I just realized something that I could do. It's not quite Dead Hand, but I pictured like arms, bone arms with hands being used as spears in those spear traps. So like have just a huge like chain of arms, having those pop out of something. That sounds like something that should be in Loss, because it doesn't quite fit the Shadow Temple, because the Shadow Temple's all riggedy wrecked and messed up. But Loss could have something like that. Or I could put it in Quagmire. The nightmare situation. Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna put that in Quagmire. I have so many ideas for Quagmire. This ROH concise ideas has actually kind of gotten less concise, and it's kind of confusing, and I don't know where to look for anything. Sir Penny. Serpent. Dang it. I guess it's not in here. Where did I put it? Relics of Hyrule notes? Oh man, I have too many. Nope, it's not in here either. Serpent? There it is. I'm just gonna... hands, skeletal hands that shoot out like spears, traps. Dreamland, so that's there. I'm gonna rename some worlds. Rashk was gonna be Sorrow. Desiderium should be Delirium. And this should be Vehemence doesn't really work. Yearning fits the best, but I feel like I don't want it to end in ing, because all the other ones are full nouns rather than an ing of a verb. Which is why ardency loss loss and what comes after loss is denial. What about denial? Disapproval, rejection. Refutal. Refutation. Refuting. Refutation. Refuting. Disproof. Refute is prove to be false or erroneous. To prove someone to be in error. So that doesn't really work, because that's like proving something's wrong instead of ignoring it. What about ignorance? Are there any good synonyms for that? Bewilderment, blindness, darkness, incapacity. What is this? Illiteracy. Superficial knowledge. Sciolism. Someone who knows little. Sciolist. Sciolism. Superficial knowledge. Superficial knowledge. That comes from someone who knows little. I might use this. Sciolism. I'm gonna use that. It changes the meaning a little, but so does this. This was like longing for something that was lost, but now it's like superficial knowledge. Whatever, I'm just gonna keep that. Boop. Yeah, I'm really excited about what I have planned for Majora's Mask. It's gonna be great. That's going to be in 6.5.18. And it'll be easier to make it work than the Lens of Truth. Something else I want to do is rework how the fairy guards work, because they are really sensitive and silly. I want to make them perk based. But that's going to be for a later update. 6.5.17 is getting close to being finished. The last thing I want to do before I release it is fix the Goron shield. The Lens of Truth is going to have to wait for a future update. Shock Shrines. These are going to be cool. Shock Arrows and Shock Shrines. Alright. I'm going to look at the Lens of Truth because I realize that the script might just be stupid. Oh, well... I just looked at the script. It goes, okay, if you have the orange lens of truth and you activate the spell, it casts a variable, object focus, as the closest thing in the armor form list. And it's the closest reference of any type in this list from a radius around the player. And then it shows the message. But it just looks at the same thing over and over. Instead of... this doesn't work. Because it just does the same thing over and over. And also, I forgot to make it display any... I forgot to set the variables for those messages, so no wonder it wasn't showing any message, because the messages weren't defined. But this will not work, because it's going to be like... it's going to check the same thing 4 times. So it should... this is unnecessary. It should just do that. And then it should check, it should do a double check if object focus is in that form list, and then show the message. It's kind of redundant, but that redundancy makes it actually function. Yeah, it wasn't in the original list thing either, so there should be object focus is casted if object now I need to look up formless script, add form, yeah, int find, bool has form, okay, has form. Let's do has form. If fire spell... Okay, if ROH armor has form, object focus, dot has form, if ROH armor has form, I wish there was a quicker way to do that, though, because that's kind of redundant. Object focus is... Well, whatever. Redundancy is whatever. Oh, man. Oh, damn it. Let's hope this works. I'll have to test it with the... I'll have to test it with armor. No, there's nothing wrong with the lens. Welcome to the stream, by the way. There's nothing wrong with the lens. I'm trying to make it a little more useful. So I'm adding a functionality to it. I don't know if it'll work. This 10 seconds instead of 30. Yeah. I want to make the lens of truth help locate items. Oh yeah, so it was only... I could only find the Lolian Broadsword. The Lolian Broadsword was the only one that I could find that didn't have a tempering recipe. But I'll have to look at the other ones after Creation Kit finishes saving. Yeah, so it was probably it's just missing a tempering recipe. I'll double check the other ones. Should be fine once this new update is finished, which who knows when that'll be, because I have to fix the Goron shield. The Goron shield has a issue with its collision data, and if you try to display it, it crashes the game, which is not a good. I made a backup of it, so I might as well restore that backup. Where did I put the shield? Oh, it's right there. The Goron shield, if you try to display it on a display mount, like a shield mount on in Lakeview Manor or a player home, this shield, can crash the game if you try to display it, and I don't know why. It has something to do with the collision data, I think. I could be wrong. I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, crashes are incredibly hard to diagnose. There are so many things that can cause crashes. It could be anything. So what I'm going to do is, I saved them on, I'm going to test a few things. I'm going to test the Lens of Truth. Test the Lens of Truth, I'm going to test Poe Lantern things. Yeah, random. I don't know how to help you with random crashes. It could be something spawning in. It could be weather. It could be scripts that are messed up. Could be a character spawning in with a wonky weapon. I have no idea. No. More Wittershall has 3 entrances. So it has its main entrance, its side entrance, and then you can also access it through Mad God Passage. There's 3 entrances into More Wittershall now, because people kept saying and reporting issues, compatibility issues. Somebody was like, I can't get into More Wittershall because both entrances are blocked. So I was like, Mad God Passage. I'm finishing up here. I'll probably pop over once you start streaming. And once again, I never move anything. I only add. Kino Langdenzell. Corvinjund is a vanilla dungeon. Okay, let's first of all unequip the Goron shield because I don't want it to cause any problems. And let's try the Poe torch. Oh! It looked like it was casting light. Seems like there's a faint blue... I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell because the lighting is too good in this room, but it looked like there was a faint blue glow. So that might be... Oh. Let's see if there's a... I can get one from here. Poe... I need a Poe torch. Just a normal Poe torch. Well, see, there's nothing I can do about that. The Bandoliers mod, the way that it probably works, the mask, Keaton masks, Majora's Mask, all of those different masks uses slot number 55. And a lot of other mod, and slot 55 is just a random slot that doesn't have any data for it. Unlike the ring slot and the helmet slot, things like that. So the Bandoliers mod probably also uses 55 to do its bandolier thing. The masks are separate from helmets and hoods and hair and all that stuff. So I can't really change the slot, because if I did, then it would start causing conflicts with other things. But if you... what I could do... It's kind of out of date. The Legendary Edition had... Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'm not going to bother changing anything about it. There's nothing I can do. I am aware of the issue, but there's nothing I can do. This thing is not emitting light. I don't think it is anyway. Let's use an actual torch. See what an actual torch does. Yeah, an actual torch casts light. That's what it's supposed to look like. And it's a work in progress. Lens of Truth. We're going to test the Lens of Truth. Lens of Truth. Si, senor. Give me orange focus. The bandolier mod is not the reason why the circlet patch exists, and there's no circlet patch for special edition. The circlet patch existed for general mods that use that slot. It's not just the bandolier mod that I made it for. I made it for compatibility with other things. And I might get around to making a circlet patch. I haven't updated the circlet patch for new masks. And I may get around to making a circlet patch for special edition, but it's really not a priority because everything's going to be incompatible with everything. Help. Eye of Truth. 201A95 F3. Boom. Okay. Let's drop Fighter Shield because it's a piece of armor. Now let's see what little Eye of Truth spell does. Absolutely nothing. That's what I suspected. The golden gauntlets, do they react? Yeah, it's not working. Poopy. Something you might want to try is trying to equip the Golden Goddess gems. That's a hint. And of course I know where Din's Ruby is, because I put it there. Yeah, those issues are all the same. They're all the same. They're still here. 6.5.17 is getting there. I want to fix... This is not a priority, but I want the Poe torches to cast light. And I want the Goron shield to not crash the game. Those are my two goals for 6.5.17. I think it's time to close the stream. I've been going for 3 hours, and I don't want to open Creation Kit again. So I'm gonna call the stream now, and thank you very much for stopping by, sticking around, and all that good stuff. And thanks for watching.